Hi, good morning to all of you. I am Dr.K.Sudheendra Rao, and today's session will be taken by me. As all of you know, we Raj Cloud Technologies has been running various professional courses training where you can get hands-on training on various technologies. Just for my confirmation, can you please confirm in the chat whether I'm audible and you people are able to hear me clearly? Can you please send it in the chat if you're able to hear me clearly? Hello, am I audible? Can you please type in yes? Okay, Ram says yes. Okay. Um, Good. Thanks, Ram. So I would proceed from there. Yeah, thank you for the confirmation. Yeah, so this Raj Cloud Technologies, we have been providing various training courses related to various technologies and Python for AI, especially using the ChatGPT. This we have run it for 2 batches, and right now this is a demo class for the third batch. And people have been able to successfully learn and implement and execute the codes that we have given. And if you have joined the group, we will post our yeah, Ram, just hold on. We will share all the things, syllabus and everything, in a couple of seconds. So but just I'm giving you brief background so that you can understand how things are, right? Yeah, so I will just quickly start sharing my screen and you will get to know what is the detail and all the things about the course. Okay. So I'll just start sharing the whole screen and you can go through that. So as soon as you can come to our Raj Cloud Technologies website, where you can see all our various courses that are being offered. Raj Cloud Technologies, if you put in, and you will see that there are multiple courses that are being run based on your requirement. You can make a choice. This Python for AI and ChatGPT, this is the batch 2 that has been put in, and we will be starting the batch 3 soon, and the dates etc will be communicated by our support team. Okay, so we also have a YouTube channel, Raj Cloud Technologies, Raj Informatica. You can go there. A lot of pre-recorded videos, other sessions, etc. You can get the demo there. Okay. So with that brief background, I will quickly start about the course and what are the things and that we are going to cover in this. Just I will, yeah. So this is the course that we have been running for the last 2 batches, which we are trying to cover up all the basic things for the Python. Whoever wants to, with any background, they can come to this course and start off quickly with the Python, and including the setting up the environment, just how to install, what are the softwares. We do take one particular session for that, followed by all the basics of like data types, what are the control structures. um, the only prerequisite that we would expect you is that you have certain amount of background in terms of you have used or learned or somewhere studied even up to class 12th, whatever the programming structures, algorithms, the logic that we follow in the programming. If you know that much of basic, you should be able to understand this course without any difficulty. You will be able to go through all the details, and of course if you are facing any problem, you will be getting the pre-recorded sessions. All the recordings that live sessions that we take are recorded, and it will be provided to you with an individual access, and you can go through them as per your convenience. If you require more amount of time, you can go through the same. Apart from that, we will be having some doubt clearance sessions, and whatever the doubts you have, you can write in the group that we have, and with that group you will be able to uh, you know uh, post in your questions, and we will be able to answer you on one-to-one to the maximum extent possible. But please do allow us at least 24 hours, so that sometimes it will be, we will be busy, and especially me, just I'll give you my brief background, then you'll understand that we will be definitely get back to you within 24 hours. Okay, so if you have any queries and things like that. So this course is basically we are having two hands-on projects, among the six sectors that we have identified. That's where most of the right now data science and in general and Python is being used extensively. It could be healthcare, warehouse management, e-commerce, education, finance, and algorithmic trading. These are the major segments in which your uh, Python and data science is being used extensively, and we are covering two of the projects based on the user's choice. We are covering these two hands-on projects, and of course, the course is going to be taken by me, and I will just show you my brief background. We will have comprehensive curriculum which covers all the fundamentals and how you are going to do extract, transform, and load the data, and do all the data manipulations. And we'll also cover some visualizations, how you can view the data and get the insights from the data. And we will be developing these projects, two of the selected projects, with 30 plus hours of guidance that we are going to cover. So there will be 15 sessions, 2 hours each, and that's where you are going to get all this training. So you will be getting the complete recorded access. We will be having personalized support, and some level of guidance, how you can go through. And in fact, if you go through some of the past recordings of our question and answer sessions, we do have some help in terms of how you can build portfolio of these projects, and that will help you in your career prospects. uh, whom this course is suitable: any beginner looking into Python programming without any programming knowledge or logic. At least you should know what is program. Beyond that, you will be able to execute, but you have to put in, of course, sincere efforts in learning. That's very, very important. So if anybody having certain program background, maybe they're coding in Java or some other tools and technologies, they want to learn Python, because now that is the very booming technology, where all the segments people are asking for Python. um, just a minute. I think people are annotating unnecessarily. I will disable them if they don't stop annotation, right? Disable annotation from others. Yeah. So thank you. So I will not be allowing anybody to distract, and for it's annoying for other people, right? So let's not disturb the class. Okay. So we will have this. um you know uh, Whoever is having any kind of programming background and want to learn Python and execute the projects, that would be the one of the directions where people can pivot their roles from different branch to this branch. For them it will be really helpful. And who wants to come into data analysis, some level of automation, learning about algorithmic trading, some of those domains, who wants to explore this, can also come here and explore this course. That would be very beneficial for them. What will you gain? You will be able to proficiently do the Python programming, and as I will be covering, uh, two of the projects, the same principles and rules can be applied for other segments as well. I will be giving you a structured way in which you will be able to use it for any of the domains. It doesn't matter. So you'll be able to use it. So we will be doing it for two projects, but yeah, you can apply the same for all the domains. Okay, so basically the course structure would be, it will start with how you can set up the environment. We will be using Anacondas to some extent. Today I will be covering these topics, but it will be much more detailed session in the first session. Then we have, start learning about what are the data types in Python, how different kinds of data are being used, how you can what are the variables, different kinds of things are being done, how you can manipulate the data, like arithmetic operation in the case of numerics, and string manipulations, and all that we will learn in the second session. So there is a full detailed, what how to use control structures, if else if, and we have loops, for and while loops. We'll learn about them. What is a break statement, continue statement, how it will be used, all that pass statement. There are different statements. We'll try to do the how you are going to logically control the programming loop and flow, right? Then we have something called functions and modules. This is actually building block for any of the large size program to be modularized, where you can reuse the parts of codes in other programs. So that's, we will try to learn about functions and modules. And we'll also try to learn about some of the standard libraries that are available. This is the actually powerful feature of Python, where there are a lot of open source libraries, and I will also show you how we can use it with the help of API, how you can exchange the information from the internet. We will be picking up some open source APIs, like whether Open Weather API and Upstocks. Those are the two common free APIs which we will demonstrate, and you'll be able to use it for information exchange from the internet. And of course, we'll also be covering the data load from CSV files, text files, different kinds of files. And then we will learn about some of the popular libraries in Python, how they can be used. Some of the features of these libraries will be, we will try to learn together. That will help you in exploring the features of these popular libraries, how you can use them, what are the things. I will also introduce you to basic AI concepts, how AI is evolving, what are the things that we are learning. So I do have a couple of things. Yeah, just Raj, from our support team, please share your name and mobile number so that we can add you to, if there is a Python group that is dedicatedly we have kept in, where we'll be communicating all the information related to this Python project. So can we install Python in Linux, sir? Yes, Satish, it is possible. Python, in fact, the Anaconda, you can install it in Linux and Mac and Windows. All the three operating systems, it is supported. So you can install the Python. So actually, in fact, today's I will be taking that part briefly, where that is why Python has been popular, because the cross platform that we are able to learn, right? So I'll just quickly go through the course content so that you will be able to understand what are the things that we'll be covering. So data pre-processing and data basic visualization, this will be helpful in any of the data that we receive from our end users. Usually we will be pre-processing it and try to understand whether the data, what kind of information is available, etc. And we will be immediately, starting off with a project where we would try to understand, we will be having around 5 sessions about two of the projects that we talked about. what is the core logic, how some basic understanding, all that will be covered through this. And we'll also try to learn about some of the basics of prompt engineering, how in fact today's class also I will demonstrate to you, and you will understand the whole part of it. So there will be testing and debugging, what are the, if you are facing some of the issues, how we can use our chat gpt to our advantage, and we'll be able to develop our code with much more ease. That is the whole thing. So we do have 6 domains in which we have identified 6 projects, where based on the user's preference pool, we will be doing 2 of the projects. Okay, that's the overall summary of the course. So I'll just since all of you are also spending some amount of time, I don't want just you have joined to know about the course. That's not the purpose. So I would like whatever the you are spending 1.5 hour, and I will also be spending 1.5 hour, so that at least you will get started off, and you can continue to learn. And of course, if you are getting excited about learning the Python, we have our course, this Python for AI, and you can learn, you can enroll into the course, and we'll be having a lot more interactions with 30 hours of live classes that I will be taking, based on the schedule, that most likely from November 4th, that is no, I think this Friday onwards we'll be starting. So let's see how our team will share you the exact details of the course. Okay, so just coming back to about me, can you all of you please confirm whether my screen is visible to all of you? Can you please confirm? Can you please confirm in the chat whether my screen is visible to you? Somebody please confirm. Yes, okay, RK says yes. Okay. um Okay. And nobody else is there? Okay, visible, sir. Muhammad also said. Okay. Um, okay, just a minute. Okay. So this is about, me. I am Dr. K. Sudheendra Rao. So I have done my master's and PhD from IIT Kanpur, and I'm also a certified data scientist. I have extensive experience in developing various data acquisition and analysis softwares. These I have also developed for my own internal consumption, for my own during my PhD, as well as I have also developed these for various of clients. Based on their requirement, I have developed these, and I have also sold it to some of the international clients as well. So I have also done trained more than around 3,000 students in robotics, drones, AI, and ML, and helped the students to participate in various national level events in the related to these robotics, drones, and AI, and they have also won a lot of national level awards from there. So I'm also a founder and director of Nicotronics Tech Private Limited. This is a company that I have started in 2021, and I have the passions about in the innovation in the fields of technology and education. And I have been working in empowering the next generation of tech professionals through hands-on training and real life project. That's the passion that I have. And in that part, I am also, floating this course as a chat GPT, Python for AI with chat GPT. So, this is the course. In summary, this will have around 30 plus of hours of interaction live sessions. We are going to have hands-on projects. Among the 6 domains, we are going to do 2 of them. We are going to do a full comprehensive curriculum where we'll be starting with the basics and ending with 2 full hands-on projects. Okay. And of course, you will be provided with full recorded sessions. All the sessions of will be recorded and will be made available to you. So as of now, we are trying to plan weekly 4 session, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and morning 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Okay. So in today's session, I would, since all of us are spending time, so I want you to learn some of the basics so that, you can implement them. And of course, I would request that, if anybody is interested, please get in touch with us, and we'll be happy to assist and help you in enrolling into our Python for AI course. That would be that would be helpful for you to actually get hands-on onto Python. Okay, so just quickly, what is this Python? And basically, Python is a high-level interpreted programming language known for its simplicity and readability. See, when most of the other languages like C and Visual Basic, there are other standard languages which are used for based on different applications. They are like, a little, you need to have more of syntax remembering, a lot of things, that it becomes a little more complicated in that sense. But in the case of Python, it is very, very simple. And most of the codes are like, a standard English ready. Of course, there is a proper syntax even for Python, but it's more nearer to English what you read, rather than like very specific keywords that you need to use, right? So that's the that makes Python easy language. And it all the credit goes to it was created by Rosum, and this was first released in 1991. And basically it is very popular, basically due to its versatility, various domains you can use it, like web development, data science, automation, artificial intelligence, and lot of segments, you can use it. And it is cross platform. We also have cross platform, in the sense you can use it on Windows, you can use it on Linux, you can use it on Mac OS. All the three operating systems you will be able to use. Mostly the same code you will be able to use, because the libraries you can install them and you should be able to use as it is. If at all very minor modifications that needs to be done to the code, and you will be able to successfully execute the code. So a lot of companies, which started after 1990s, they started using this as their base language. Like for example, Google, of course, NASA. It was earlier using some other scientific languages. Now they have also moved into Python. So there are Instagram, Spotify. They whole thing was built on Python, because you have a lot of support system and a lot of things. If you see in data sciences alone, the Python has a substantial share of the whole among the programming languages. The second nearest language would be the Java, and there is a substantial difference between both of them, right? So that's how Python also is having. One of the powerful features that the Python has is that since a lot of people are using, they are creating their own libraries and making it available for everybody to use them. That openness makes Python very, very popular. Suppose I have written a lot of code, I can make that code available for anybody through a lot of options. They can just simply use my code as a library, and we will be covering that part, how you can use other people library, and you can write your own library. That part is also being covered as part of this course. Okay, so that also we will be covering. So you will be learning how you can also create your own library, right? Again, there is a message from our support team. Please do share your name and mobile number here in the chat, and we will add you to our Python for a project group. Okay, so uh, so you know how do we do that? How do we run our Python code? So basically, there are first thing is you have to install Python itself, and there is some integrated development environment. We call it with this is basically where this is something called front end, where you are going to interact with your how where you are going to write your code. Instead of having just a code and running at the background, there are a lot of interactions that you can do. That's where we use something called Jupyter Notebook, and this is very popular for small blocks of code where you can use it. So most of the Jupyter codes, the Python codes will be very, very small. And in fact, you will be surprised to know that, how a small 10 lines of code can solve, a lot of, because Python has those kind of libraries people have developed. Like one of my friend was asking me, he wanted certain functionality to be done, he was thinking he was doing it in Excel, he was doing it in Excel, from web scraping. He was downloading and putting and all that, and when I wrote and gave him the command, it was approximately 10 lines, just around 10 lines. And he was surprised that only with that much of code, he can do the same thing, which required a lot of complicated logic, all the things. So that is the power of, inbuilt libraries that are available. And you can do a lot of things. And in this course, we will be doing how this installation is done. And of course, if I would not be covering this part of in today's session, but you can watch this part in our earlier recorded sessions of the demo class and the first parts. There I have demonstrated how you can install Anaconda and the Jupyter Notebook. So I will just quickly directly go through, after the installation. It's just you can download the Anaconda from the official website, and you install it. Just keep on proceeding with all the whatever the default settings that are there. After that, just you once you have installed, it's like any other software. Just you have to search for something like Jupyter Notebook. Just you run that Jupyter Notebook. Your there is a something that, on the back end it runs, and finally it opens up an interface with a, written as Jupyter, right? In that you will have this kind of interface where you will have where you can write your programs. Okay, so you can start with something like new Python notebook 3 here. Okay, so once you have installed, just you have to go here and search for Jupyter Notebook. You launch it, then it will open in any of the browsers, whatever is the browser that you have. It could be Chrome, it could be Microsoft Edge, or it could be Mozilla Firefox. It will open up a window like this, localhost colon 8888 Inside that, you have to click a new and Python notebook. Of course, if you have earlier written the codes, those codes are also saved here. You can use them and you can rerun them, right? But here, if I just am clicking the Python notebook 3 new, it will open up a page like this. So if you are able to open up all the way up to here, then that means you have been able to successfully install your Python. You are able to successfully install your Jupyter Notebook. So of course, you can save it with the name that you want, like for example, demo class, right? And today is 27th October 2024. Okay, I will just put it like this. And of course, these, notebooks, these are, we call it as notebooks in Jupyter Notebooks. These will be shared for each session that I'm going to take. Whatever the code that we are writing together, that will be shared for your reference, and you can take it, and if your code is not working, you can figure out what is the mistake that you are doing. These notebooks also will be shared along with the the video recordings, right? But yeah, you have to do more, like, practicing is more important. So it's always better to, just watch this demo and try to do it yourself. That would be more, easy for you. Okay. So once you have come up, you have opened up a fresh notebook, and you should always rename it to an appropriate name, so that, you can reuse it whenever you want, right? So in a programming world, we always start with something called hello world. So here there is a something called print. Print means it prints to the user some key thing. Okay, in this case I want to say hello world. So this is a usually the first program that any of the programming languages, we start doing. Either it could be C, Fortran, I have done a lot of other languages as well. So everywhere when we want to verify all our system is set up correctly, we just start with a small program. And usually this is hello world program is the standard first program we always run. So if I run that, see, it printed hello world. Okay, it's a spelling mistake, I will just recorrect it. And just, if I run this, it comes hello world, right? So this, if it is outputting like this, that means your system has been configured correctly, and you will be able to compile most of your Python codes. There could be some syntax problems, some errors will come, and you have to fix it. But if up to here, if it has worked correctly, then you will be able to do it. Okay. Just at this stage, I want anybody, any doubts, or am I going, are you able to get the, the pace or the clarity that I should be communicating? You're able to understand? Please do confirm. If you want me to go little slow, please do say go little slow in the chat, so that I can adjust. If you're not able to understand some part, I can repeat it. Please, I'll give 1 or 2, maybe 10 to 15 seconds. Please do post in your, if you have any quick queries or anything as such. Yeah. As of now, I have not received any queries. So can I take this as everybody is able to follow it? And yeah, all good, sir. Good. Muhammad Samir, thank you. In lot of people are there. Sriram, Manoj, a lot of people, Bharat, Murali, Pradeep. Just put in. It doesn't matter whether you are able to. Usually, I do this even in the classes. Murali, Kiran, Jamuna, Ganga, Divya, Chandra, Bharat, Anand. A lot of people are there. Just why don't you just put in some message, so that whether you are able to understand, not able to. Okay. Um, Somebody has messaged our support team, 8+ years of experience in A and ML, AML, anti-money laundering, banking domain. Can we join the course? One student. Okay. So see, yeah, anti-money laundering. See, basically, your purpose, as I understand, is that there would be definitely, you have a lot of data in terms of in money laundering, what are the kinds of transactions. Well, this is my understanding of anti-money laundering. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But yes, able to understand. Murli says yes, able to understand. Yeah. So anti-money laundering is, there are some financial fraudulent transactions that are happening, which are not as per the legal guidelines. So you want to understand them in the banking domain. You want to figure out what kind of things are possible, and whether such transactions are happening or not. In fact, this extent, it has been implemented in a lot of banking systems. right now, like, you must have noticed that I'm trying to give you a brief background so that, you will be able to understand what I'm trying to correlate. Nowadays, rest of the people also will be able to correlate, right? um so, like, earlier, now the OTP started coming in. After OTPs, if you do some transaction on some website, nowadays banks starts calling and confirming from the customer whether the transaction was initiated by you or not. Again, this is the way in which right now, data science, data learning, deep learning, they are being implemented. That, I, as a regular user of the credit card, whether my transaction suddenly, some surprisingly, on some day some other transaction starts appearing, then it's always better to alert the customer. That's how your data science has been trained, that, it alerts the customer whether that has been done by the customer or not. So definitely, data science is being used extensively in banking domain. Whether loan, you must have also seen that, whether loan sanctioning, nowadays a lot of apps have come in, right? So where, based on your financial transactions, they will be able to give instant loans. How does the, earlier loan sanctioning authority was requiring, lot of background verification, all that. Nowadays, thanks to AI, artificial intelligence, that discretionary you can do it in minutes. That is what is the power of data science. You can do with artificial intelligence. And this course, definitely we will be covering how you can import the data. And, though, if many of the people wants a specific project related to the data that is available to, related to this, we can take up and do the course. But, we will not be, again, it will be based on the choice of, the registered participants. We will be not be able to do, all the projects of all the domains. Among the 6 domains, we'll be taking up 2 of the projects. It all depends on the number of participants interested in a particular domain. Of course, you can always start doing, yourself. Any support that will be required in terms of that particular project, I'm always there to help you. I will be able to do it one to one. And, but you have to take the initiative and you have to start the project. If you are facing any, logical questions, any problems that you are facing, I will be there to help you. uh, yes, this course will be really helpful in that sense. You can start coding and you can start importing the data and analyze the data, and some level you will be able to understand. But, beyond that, if you expect that by doing this course alone you will be able to give any data that we receive, whether that is, a new user, whether that, that transaction is money laundering transaction or not, at this point of time, all this is it's an extensive efforts that you need to put in. So this course target is that, you learn the basics, implement a project to a certain level, like, for example, importing the data and try to visualize the data and do certain analysis from the data. But beyond that, yes, you can go ahead and, implement, some algorithms where you can try to figure out, okay, if, that person is of, from certain, geographical region, the fraudulent activities are more, are, all that kind of specific conditions you have to build in. That's called machine learning algorithms, where you have to implement those. And, in the course I will also teach you how you can take help of ChatGPT and, quickly develop any of those algorithms into your project, implement them, and learn that. So I hope I answered that question with a great detail, because that's very, very relevant question. Many of you are having this doubt that, whether I will be able to do my own, required project based on my requirement. So that's why I have in detail explained that, how this course will help you, in building the whole. See, I'm giving you a strategy in which you can solve your project, right? I'm not, only I'll be showing 2 of the showcases where, two of the projects that I will be executing them with you, so that you understand how exactly it is working. But you can apply the same strategy with your own project that you would like to execute. And if you're getting stuck anywhere, of course, I'm there. As an individual, I can always help you directly, but it may not be relevant for everybody. And I don't want, everybody to be spending their time unnecessarily. I can help you one to one. Okay. So I will just quickly continue the presentation part, as I have not received any further follow-up questions. Okay. So that's how it is. And once you have installed, you can do, it's much easier. Just you can start using it. Okay. So this is the first program that we always start with. So there are two ways in which you can run the program. That is one where once you have installed the program, there is a run button here. You can run it with that help, or you can also use it with shift enter. That also runs the program, right? Like for example, I'll just change something little bit different. Okay. I can, instead of, see, my mouse is here only, but I can also just press shift enter. It will execute the code, right? So that's how you can execute the code in with the two of the things. Either you can run, or with the help of shift enter. Then, what are the kinds of some of the languages, there are limited, more like, Fortran, etc. They are more like numericals, Mathematica, and, uh, though there are, strings that are available, but, even for that matter, C, C is more like a, strings are not inbuilt, their characters are inbuilt, but strings are not inbuilt. But here, in Python, you have something called dynamic casting. So, in C, you have to tell what is the kind of variable. In VB also, you have to tell what is the kind of variable that you are going to use. Like, for example, if I have something called X, whether that X is an integer, float, these are the different kinds of data types, where you can have different kinds of information being stored. Integer is like, continuous numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that, where they are being used. Like for example, you have the number of participants in this current webinar, what we are conducting. That's whole numbers, right? They are called whole numbers. They are not fractionals. But there are places in which you would be required to use some fractional numbers, right? Maybe our grade points or our percentage of marks in 10th, those are the where you have the decimal numbers as well. So there are, names which are strings, like it could be Sudheendra, or it could be anything like that. But there is also a fourth data type which is specific to here. It's called Boolean. Okay. And they are having actually only two values, either it is true or false. Okay. Those are the kinds of basic data types. These are the basic inbuilt data types. And you can do simply like, in our program, you don't need to say what is X. Just if I say X equals to 10, it will take that X equals to 10. If I type X and if I run here, you will get X the value to be 10. If I say Y is equals to, let's say 3.25. Okay. If I run this, and if I ask for what is the value of Y, it prints 3.25. It understands that, if I say Z is equals to, let's say 10.0, it automatically typecasts it, whatever the value that is there, right? If I put Z, it has taken as 10.0. But I can also have value, let's say, is equals to 10.0. This is a string. So you will see, as soon as I put in here, uh, this will become, it's a string. It's the same thing that I'm putting in, right? That's how the strings are stored. So there are different kinds of data types. So I will be going like this, with a small one. In fact, this, all the variable types, this itself is one particular session where I would be doing it with much more detail, you'll be able to understand all this. And of course, you can do the additions, like for example, you have here, I would say x plus y, right? This I can run the code. It becomes, x is how much? X is 10, y is 3.25. And if I type x plus y, you will get this. So that's how my course is also structured. We will be understanding with very, very, very basic things and going ahead. And once you understand the basics, we'll quickly build in our how the data manipulations and inbuilt libraries. The pace at which you will be able to understand is, it will be much, much easier for you. So, okay. So there is also something called strings, in which you can do string manipulation, where you can that's the power of Python. Just I would say greetings, or let's say name is equals to, I can do Sudheendra. Okay. And I can say greeting is equals to, okay, greetings is equals to, I would say hello, okay, plus name. So this is how I can create a variable called greeting. And if I just check the value of greeting, I would say print greeting, that will print hello Sudheendra. It has taken that variable and it added the name in the end. That is the name variable. Now, if I change, let's say name is equals to Raj Cloud Technologies, right? Then if I put in, you have to put any of the variables into a single quote, or double quote, or triple quote. Of course, I will be explaining this in much more detail during our course. That time you will be able to understand, right? So now if I say, I'll say just greetings, okay, and let's say print, I will also print greetings, right? Just I will say greetings, print greetings. So it will take all these things and it will print hello Raj Cloud Technologies. Of course, if you have made any mistake in any of the variables, it will be carried forward, right? If I change that correctly, let's say, see it got corrected. So all this we'll be doing it with much more details during our course, how we'll be able to learn different big data types. And of course, in a control structure is nothing but where you can control the flow of the program, right? So what are the ways? Under specific conditions, I want different outputs, right? Like for example, a person who is there in a gram panchayat, let's say, whether he has a voting right or not, is based on his age. Now I have to take for different users their age and try to figure out whether they're adults or minor. I can use that with the help of this if else condition. If age is greater than 10, you print out you are an adult, else you print you are a minor. It all, what you want to print is depending on what you want to print. Like for example, I can say if age is greater than 18, I can also say print you can vote. That's you are a minor, you cannot vote if age is not greater than or equals to 18. If first condition is satisfied, it will print this, else it will print this, right? That's how you can use if else. And there is also something called if, else if, and else. In between there is also something called else if. That's we will be covering those in much more detail with our course. Okay. So there is also loops for the same task you would be doing repeatedly. Like for example, we can do, you want to have different integers. Like for example, for I is equals to, um, mm, okay, for I is equals to in range of, okay, maybe let's say 5. I would like Uh, so we'll be learning about each of these commands with much more great detail. So it's like, range is where, you can start with a starting point, a step size, and the ending point, or the only ending point. In this case, it is the start is at 1, step size is at 1, and ending point is 5. Even if I do only this much, only 5, these two are by default. They will take by default values. Starting will be with 0, 1, step size will be 1, and of course it is up to 5, so it will print uh, up to that number minus 1. So you can see, I'll just print it and show it to you. It will come up to there, right? If I just print this, it has printed from 0. It has printed 5 of them, but starting with 0, because in Python, all the things start at 0. Okay, so that is the I wanted to show one of these things, so that there are two loops, for loop and while loop. For loop is usually used whenever you know the fixed number of iterations, right? Whereas while loop you use based on certain condition. Like for example, here it is doing the same thing. Both are written in differently, right? But it could be like, I want to run my program up to, let's say, maybe 3:30 p.m., or maybe, I want to run my program at 12 in the night, where I want to back up my data. Any of those conditions, we are going to do it using specific conditional based items. We can do it with a while. There are nothing like a fixed number of iterations. As long as this is getting satisfied, it will be there inside this. It could be like count plus 1 is equals to this. I'm adding 111, or I might not be doing anything here, but this count I can modify it outside, then also this condition will break. So like that, the purpose of both the loops are completely different. Of course, it will take a lot more examples for you to digest. You can try to write a program with the Fibonacci numbers. You can try to understand how that is happening. So there is something called, function. So for the, just I was greeting with hello plus name, you can change that into function. That gives you, instead of writing every time that needs to be written, you can do that task by making certain functions, right? So that is actually the power of programming, where the same code, it's very well known that, people always tell that if you're a good programmer, you should not be writing any two lines of code subsequently. That should go into a function. Okay. That will be really, really helpful in that sense. Ki anything that you need to do repeatedly, you should always keep it in a function and call that function, so that you can write those functions efficiently and will be able to use them much more ease. So we will be covering those functions and how to call them and how to use them. Like, the with all this brief background, why we are doing all this for Python, with the basics, is that you should understand the basics. Then as on today, is it very much necessary that it's like class 10th 11th students, when we teach them any of these courses, we conduct the exams, and in fact in some engineering colleges also we do that. But you know you don't need to buy heart as on today. Why? Thanks to ChatGPT, nowadays generating code is so easy. Here, if I ask you to generate a function for factorial, you have to think, okay, factorial means what is first factorial, how it is done, etc. Right? But thanks to ChatGPT, you will be able to do that kind of task with much more easy. Anyway, if any of you have not used ChatGPT before, please explore ChatGPT. It's one of the fastest, customized, regular and specific answers. It's like, a person is trying to help you. That's how the ChatGPT is, and it's very, very powerful. If you can use it appropriately, you can do, in fact, I tell in my course also, and I have experienced myself earlier. For any logic, any continuous flow, and troubleshooting, all that, taking into consideration, whatever I used to take a particular program to be written for 6 months, thanks to ChatGPT, now I'm able to do it around 15 to 20 days, sometimes even 10 days, less than 10 days. And the any specific task that I need to do, if I use ChatGPT, the same program, it generates wonderfully. It helps you to debug, and it's really, really powerful. And in fact, today I will try to show it to you how you can use chat gpt for your advantage. Like for example, just for my demonstration, we will also see this. I am giving you that, factorial function will go there, but yeah. So what will be the course value and the market price of the following course content in India? This is the course content that we are going to cover. Okay, so let's see. I have pasted only this much, and I will give it to ChatGPT. It will estimate what would be the kind of course value that I have given all the full content, right? Introduction to Python, setting up the environment, basic data types, the full course structure that I will be covering in the course. Okay. So the curriculum is structured 4 to 8 weeks, of course, if the modules are covered in depth over 1 or 2 sessions per week. This is an intermediate course, self-paced. The charges are somewhere around between 20 to 15,000. These are the uh, courses fees. Given the thoughtfulness of the content, this program would mostly likely to be positioned around 12,000 to 20,000 in the market for a live instructor-led format with a certification. Okay, so the course is actually worth of 12 to 20,000. So ChatGPT, it can help you in analyzing what you are doing also to a certain amount of great extent, right? So we can use it for our advantage. Like for example, this is a factorial function. Just I will just load it here. Let's say I want Python code, okay, for factorial. Okay, let me see. Okay, it generates how you can use this. Just use this code, put it into yours, and you will be able to successfully use this. Right? Let's see. Let me run this, and just I will do that, and you can see how my code becomes with ease. Right? This is the demo code. So this is the factorial function I have defined, and I have done this. Factorial of 5 is this, right? Now I can just call this function, right? These two parts only. I'll just change the number. Let me say, I would say 8. Okay. Now factorial of 8 is 40,320. So it's very simple for you to generate the code. But in that case, if it is so simple, then why is it that we are learning with the basics and doing all that? It's because of certain reason. So you see, Chat GPT can make mistakes. Check important info. So when you are trying to understand the logic and write your logic, um, all these are learning models. Based on the information that is available with that, it can generate this code, but it can be accurate, it can be wrong. So for that, you need to know the basics. So that's what we are trying to cover in the course, where all the basics will be learned, will be taught to you, and how you can use ChatGPT effectively to generate your own code and effectively debug any bugs that are coming with the help of ChatGPT, and execute the projects, at least 2 projects, with the help of ChatGPT for Python for AI. You generate, it could be like, for example, algorithmic trading. These are the one of the projects that we had done it in one of the batches, right? And it becomes a lot more intuitive, and it helps you in a lot more ways, but you have to use with a little bit of caution. So you need to know the basics. You need to understand what kind of prompts will give what kind of results. With that, you'll be able to generate a lot more useful output with the help of ChatGPT. So this course, that is what we have been trying to help you with. And with that, we trying to help any new user who wants to learn the Python, either with the programming background or trying to shift their background with some other programming language and wanting to learn the program and enter into the Python segment, and especially data science, that is the booming market, and generative AI, a lot of opportunities that are coming up. If you want to learn that and enter into this segment, we are trying to do that. So I would like to bring in one of the powerful features why Python has been very, very powerful. That's called, libraries. We will be covering this part with a great detail in our course, where how you can use inbuilt libraries, public libraries, somebody else's library, and create your own libraries inbuilt for your own further usage. You can put whatever the library that you have created for the public use. And in fact, I know a couple of my friends, just based on their own, the tools that I'm going to share it in the course. If you use them, you will be, in fact, some of my friends got offers directly from the recruiters. They see these profiles, and they understand that you can do your the logical coding, and they will be able to understand, because recruiter also want capable people to come into their companies. I am also running my own company. I want some people who can come and help me in terms of my own tasks, right? But if you want to just come in as an employee, I will not be able to hire you. You should be able to solve my problem that I am seeing. I need you to train, I need you to write a code. You should be able to do it, right? How do I assess that? I see that, if you're open to work and you are writing the codes, you have done some of the projects. Of course, through the projects that we are trying to come up, you can build your own project completely differently. Of course, it will be like, I will be providing the skeletal structure of the project. You can completely build, for example, algorithmic trading. You can make your own project completely different, with this framework that I have provided. Then you post that as your own independent project that you have done, and of course you have to do it. If you say only the project that I am going to demonstrate it to you, with that, if you go and put in, the same thing is being done by 100 people, so definitely nobody is going to approach you, right? So you have to show your own uniqueness, unique value. If you do that, I at least I know a couple of my friends who were not even applying to the companies. They were doing it in freelancing work. They keep on getting the calls from some of the software companies that why don't you join us. And in fact, one of my friend has joined Mathematica through this kind of mode. Okay, so that's we will be covering those kind of topics also, where libraries and some of those things, right? So in conclusion, we would be covering all the basic topics of Python, and we'll be covering 2 of the projects, and that would be helping you to lead the make your own independent projects and showcase them as your own individual thing. And we'll be having some personalized support. Whatever the problems that you are facing, you can approach me through our support team. I will help you in all the ways, and of course you will be provided with the flexible learning, right? So by the end of the course, you will be learning a lot of things, tools like pandas, matplotlib, and also APIs. Very limited number of courses have incorporated this APIs into their course structure, but this is one of the powerful features that you should be exploring, and that's why I felt personally that this has to be incorporated into our course structure. And of course, standard like functions, modules, basic syntax, that is anyway covered in the most of the other courses as well. But this is the unique things that API is the this course where I have covered. And one thing is that we'll be developing a complete project from the scratch. Nothing like pre data, nothing. We will take up the data, analyze the data, plot the data from full end to end. We will do and in the case of project, so you will get enough confidence. And of course, I am ready to help you in doing your own independent project. And you can use these Python skills to real world problems, real world applications. In fact, one of your friend has asked that question, like fraudulent money laundering, transactions, how you can use it. You get it implemented. I can help you, but you have to see some of the datas are proprietary. I cannot make them, for example, my end user has asked me to develop their own algorithms for algorithmic trading. That's the share market trading that happens. I have developed them, but I cannot give it to you because that's the customer has paid me for the services that I have rendered, right? So that proprietariness stops us giving all the open access to you. But yeah, definitely I can help you one-to-one basis, whatever the you are trying to build. As long as you can use that data, you can build the application and you can use it. And of course, one key thing that I would be covering through this course would be the ChatGPT, how effectively you can put in the prompts so that you can get good yields for your output of the ChatGPT, so that you can quickly develop your project. That's what also I would be covering as a part of this course. So I would say quickly I can take some of the questions, and then maybe I will summarize the course, and maybe I'll just put in and go ahead. Yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask me as of now. Any questions? Okay, till if you have any questions, you please put it into our support or to me. Meanwhile, I will just summarize, the content of this, so that you can understand. Just I will go up about our session, right? Let me see. Yeah. So, in summary, this will be a course of 1 month, which will be approximately 30 hours. 15 sessions will be there, which is approximately 1 month, because, we will be conducting only weekly 4 sessions, and hence it will become almost 1 month. Okay, because out of 7 days, we are having 4 sessions. So it will be almost 1 month. The course fee that we are offering, though, in the market valuation is somewhere around 12 to 20,000, as you could see it from the chat GPT. But we are offering at 5,000 rupees. That has been the from the beginning. Raj Cloud Technologies has been able to provide that value proposition for the end users, and we continue to do that. And this course is being brought in at a cost of 5,000 rupees. And please get in touch with our team. They will help you in getting enrolled. So we'll be doing 2 real-time, end-to-end projects that will be covered from the data to, loading to manipulations to, visualizations to analysis. All that part will be covered there. You will be provided lifetime recordings access, so that if you want to go through them again, something you are not able to understand, you can always watch that part of the code for you, it will be lifetime access. And sorry, I think it's that was the for batch 2. Okay, so please call our WhatsApp to our support numbers. This number, you can enroll here, and you can pay it here as a complimentary. We will also be providing you to this Oracle SQL 15 plus hours of video. And this, I would say, is actual a major bonus to you. This is, anybody who has any background, doesn't have background, he wants to understand how the database, this is really, really helpful for bonus for you. If you go through them, if anybody asks, like, what is a database, SQL database, you will be able to understand if you are able to go through this 15 hours of video, which are pre-recorded sessions from Raj. Okay, he's a very good, very slow, slowly he speaks, and but he makes sure that all the people are able to understand. And he has recorded these sessions with the intention that anybody with any background, uh, with any different diversified background, can watch these videos and understand what is this, Oracle SQL, how it is being, what is actually data. That itself, he starts with a very basic explanation and goes all the way how to start writing the database queries, rank the dense, rank functions, all that he explains with much more clarity. And even if you don't understand any of the programming languages, you will be able to do that. It's actually a very good bonus for you, so that you will be able to learn this background of data. Okay, so that's the whole course details. And please, our support team will share the actual timings. And most likely this coming Friday we will be starting another batch. And once it is formalized, we will share it with you. And most likely that is on 1st of November. Yeah, that's the 1st of November will be the batch starting date. Let's see. And we'll start from there. And if that is okay, or okay, am I connected, or because I don't see any responses, am I connected? uh, does anybody have any queries? Can somebody clarify whether I'm still connected, or am I disconnected? Please type yes, you are able to hear me. Yes, okay. Yes, sir. Sriram, thank you. So, yes, thank you. So it becomes, after some time, if nobody is responding, then I thought, okay, maybe I might have lost my internet connection. Okay, thank you. So, this is the, you can pay it through your GPay or phone pay, and you can get it enrolled. And please do let me know. And please share the details with our support team. If you have any queries, they will be able to answer. And if you have any queries as of now for me or my team, please go ahead and ask. If you want unmute access, please feel free to take the unmute access and go ahead and speak, and I can give you unmute access. We keep responding, sir, from the beginning, but not sure why the message is not delivered to you in the chat. Sriram, actually, I think you must have been sending it to host. Yeah, that I still getting the, I think, yeah, got it. Okay, Sriram, correct. So, thank you. So it happens, I'm since, co-host in this, our team, support team, they would be taking care of all the operational point of view. So that's why, um, you can always do, all participants. That would be much more easier, send a chat to, okay. Yeah, meeting, I think it's meeting group chat. So that would be helpful, right? So you can, this is the, just we'll share it with you. you can pay it there. That would be our the course fee is this, and this you can pay to this GPay number, and you can get it enrolled, and that would we'll start the sessions from Friday. Okay. If you have any queries, if you want unmute access, please do feel free. Message me. I can give you the unmute access. Go ahead. So you can take an unmute access. Pradeep, Pratap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hello, sir. Yeah, hello, sir.
Hi, Pradeep.
So if I join the Python course, will this Oracle stuff also will be coming
Correct.
complimentary or
This
like,
is this is this is a recorded session which will be complimentary. As a bonus, you will be getting this.
okay. Is it for full stack Python or like a basic Python course? These complimentary videos.
So this will be for definitely for a basic course, but for full stack course, I'm not sure. You have to talk to our support team, because there the instructor is little, I think, somebody else. So it's not me who will be taking that part.
Okay.
So you please
Okay.
get in touch with for the full stack course with our support team, and they will
Thank you.
be telling you. Most likely it should be there, but I'm not sure. I cannot commit from my side.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Any other questions you have?
Uh, Hi, sir.
Yeah. Hi.
For data engineering level of Python, is the syllabus or the course content is enough, or we need to go for something like advanced? Because I think full stack Python is not needed, because that would be targeting towards front end and
Correct.
other stuff. So
Correct. Correct.
for
Correct.
data engineering level, is this enough, or something
Yeah.
like intermediate level we need to
See,
go for?
See, data engineering, this should be sufficient. Even to some extent, data science, even that this should be sufficient. Until unless you want a full level, full stack developer, front end, back end, and doing all the features and functionalities. Most of the things you should be able to learn through this course. And of course, you always have an option to go through the specific curriculum that you want, and you can enroll it into advanced, or any of the other levels of the course that Python full stack course. There are we have three levels there also. I think basic, expert, and advanced. Those are the three levels we have, and you can enroll them based on your requirement.
Is it for data engineering, you're saying?
Yeah, correct. Data engineering, I think you should be able to do it with this course itself. If you still feel that, see, it all depends on the specific domain and the tools and technologies that you would be requiring to be used. If you want extensively the technologies that are being covered there, you will be using, definitely, why not? Why you can go with expert and advanced course levels separately for the full stack development, right?
Yeah.
So as of now, I would suggest ki you go ahead and go for a basic course first. And if you are getting the feel, and if you are getting, uh, see, definitely the course structure I have designed it in such a way that if it is an independent data science and engineering project separately, you will be able to do it with the help of this course. But if you want a full stack development with all the background structures, everything to be done by a full uh, complete structure, then I would suggest you to go for a full stack development. Pradeep, is it clear to you?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Murali. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I am looking for Python for the data engineering. Like I am working right now as an Informatica developer.
Informatica developer. Okay.
Yeah, so I need Python for somewhat to fetch the data, like the things, for particularly data analytics parts. It comes under data engineering, and
Yeah.
as a part of data science also, I need to use Python. So actually, does this course will
This covers that part. Correct.
this covers? Okay.
Covers. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Sriram, you have spoken, right? Sriram, can you please? Okay, he asks me to unmute. No, sir. Okay, asked to unmute. Okay, just I have put in Sriram. I have asked to unmute. You can unmute.
Sure, sir. Thank you for unmuting my mic. Sir, would this course, taken the basics of this course, would we be able to manage the data science program or the data science projects in which we are managing taking an overall look at the projects?
Yeah, definitely. See, maybe I'll just, since you have asked this question, I will try to quickly see. It all depends on what is your end usage, right?
Right.
So if I say that, where is my program? So see, I do for my own customers different, like, this is one of the codes that I have written. I would be quickly running through so that some of the proprietary things are not available. No, I will not be able to show it to you in a full detail. But you can write this level of code after following my all these sessions.
Got it, sir. Because
So,
data
it's a
engineering,
full, it's a full development of a data science, and you can do full-fledged functionalities, all the features, plots, graphs, whatever user wants, you can develop them with the help of this course. Uh,
okay.
of course, you can do debugging and all that. Also, I'll be covering in this course.
Got it, sir. Because people who have been into different tech stack, when they were trying to manage the data science program, the one thing that the organization is looking for is, hey, do you have extensive knowledge on data engineering? And
Right.
the Power BI is again a different stream altogether, right?
No, Power BI is completely different from data. Yeah. So,
Visualization, right? So
correct.
for everything, they need some sort of an specialization in this, right?
Correct.
And in order to specialize us into that, it might take even a year if you want to take every certification on each of the sections. So at this
Yeah.
point in time, what I'm looking for is to get a complete understanding of what is required for a data science AI ML. So
Correct.
hope this course would help me to get started from there.
Yeah, correct. This course will help you to get started from there. Correct.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Okay, any other queries? Anybody? Okay. I hope, sir, while ending, okay. Okay. I think still my screen is being shared, so I'll stop sharing the screen. Okay. If anybody has any further queries, please do let me know, or else I can stop the session, and we can end the session for the day. And please have a nice day. I hope you have enjoyed the session, and even if you're joining or not joining, at least you will got something to take away at the end of the course. So one thing that I would suggest is, please do watch our old demo class, where we have done how you can start using Anaconda, and it's you have to go to Anaconda website, download and install. After that, everything else I have covered in today's class, so it will be much easier to run a Python program in today's world. That's thanks to ChatGPT. You can generate the code and compile it. But only thing is that in the course you will be getting a lot more hand holding, and quickly learn a structured program. Way that a structured way to learn the program is always helpful for you to develop quickly the skills, and that is the main purpose of this course. this I did my own way for quite some time, but that I can help you in doing within a flat 30-hour session. That's what I'm trying to do it. In fact, this course is designed with that purpose. Raj, when I was discussing with him, I was just telling him that I could write these programs nowadays with much quicker way. ChatGPT, then he told me, why don't you float this course? That's how this whole course itself came into existence, so that I can help others in building whatever my learning process can be translated to others. That's how this whole course has come into existence. And I request that if you think that it was, please do enroll for our course. That would be, we'll be doing a lot more hand holding there, and you'll be learning a lot more things. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. And until unless you have some queries, we'll put it for another 2-3 minutes, and then maybe I will just end the session. If anybody is having, just think over it. If you are getting any questions, please post your questions here, or else I will end the meeting after 2-3 minutes. Okay, thank you.